Hi friends, welcome back to the channel Relocate with Kaya. I am Kaya. I provide online support via coaching and consulting with individuals, families, and employees moving abroad. I provide them with relocation, country-specific resources, and on our channel, Rich and I discuss and share our own personal journey of moving from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Johannesburg, South Africa with our beautiful daughter, Nina. And today we are chatting with Rich.
Yeah, so we're just going to jump in with some of the things that I've found that I like and experienced since we've been here. So in no particular order, we're going to start off with what may be viewed as a controversial subject for some folks. So it relates to traffic. I find it pleasantly refreshing the way the majority of folks, can't speak for everyone, the way the majority of folks behave while in traffic at traffic lights during load shedding.
Yes.
Traffic lights, aka robots.
Yes.
So the lights are off, there's no power, it's the same thing as in the States, you treat them like a four-way stop sign. So by and large, folks are very, respectable, kind of keep the pace, keep the flow going. And even, they're guys that'll jump in on their own, they'll direct traffic, and folks actually listen to these guys too. So
I couldn't imagine that.
I just find it very refreshing because, like back home, particularly in Philly, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a free-for-all. Like, no one treats it like a stop sign. If you're on the busier street, they just keep moving.
Yes.
Good luck if you need to cross that.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's mayhem.
Yes.
So that's refreshing to see that here. I mean, I guess everyone's got to get their act together because it happens.
Right, right. It's for
more often. Yeah.
Right, it's for the greater good. And people fall in line.
Yeah. There are some crazy drivers. I know, like when you're out, driving, on the highways, folks can get very, egregious with their passing and their speed and things like that. Yeah. But I can't speak to all aspects of driving, just that.
Yeah. No, that's
been pleasantly refreshing.
No, it's nice. Like I remember thinking when we moved here, trying to get Nina to school on time, like what that was going to look like if there was load shedding. And I think when we got here, there was quite a bit happening at that time. Yeah. So Rich and I were definitely surprised with how people, were just so considerate of other people. Like it's like an unwritten rule. And coming from the States where there are literally traffic cops that, pedestrians don't listen to or drivers don't listen to come here and, people are just very respectful, as far as like letting people in and letting people go when it's their turn. And then, the very, very helpful, I don't know if they're attendants. I'm not sure what their title is exactly, but people actually do listen to them, and it's kind of like, for the most part, it's like a well-oiled machine. So no, that's really nice. I agree. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. The other thing I like, and this is again a car theme, and I may have mentioned it before, but the fact that there's folks at any sort of retail outlet, mall, whatever,
I don't think you mentioned that
are there to wash, that offer to wash your car. I mean, they're there. I mean, that's the job they're trying to do that day. So, you can pull in, like they'll come over, they'll ask and say, hey, yes, I would like a wash. No, I wouldn't. Figure out if you want, the small, medium, or large.
Yes.
And then go from there. They'll ask how long you're going to be. Yeah. And it'll be done, when you come out. So it's awesome. You don't have to go somewhere else or wait in line at, one of the drive-through places. And they use something so it's not, they save a lot of water. Like it's not like a water-based thing either.
That's, no, Rich is underselling it. It literally is one of his favorite things. Yes. Like every time, and he has a special person that he likes to use, and she remembers us. That is such like that. I think when we first came, I don't think you did it.
No, first couple weeks, I'm like, I don't know,
right. Like this feel exactly. It's like again, our American sensibility and our East Coast, which is also a different kind of American. No, it was like I don't know about that, but literally, it's like one of Rich's, favorite things about going to the mall is being able to have someone wash the car, and it's it's just so. Again, it's just who would think to do that? Like, it's just a nice hustle. And like Rich said, you save water. You're not, I mean, because there are car washes here that I didn't realize there were even car washes here, but there are actual car washes here. But this is just another way to employ someone, or I don't know if they're self-employed. I'm not sure, what agreement they have arranged with the malls. But I think it's so great, and like they do such a good job. So that's a good one.
Yeah. And I mean, the next one is the people. I mean, it's going to be a broad statement, but it's been really good and refreshing to see lots of different folks, different walks of life, and like, the experiences interacting with them. I mean, we've talked about, general attitudes of the public, from the States and here.
Yeah.
Very nice, very inquisitive, very knowledgeable about, the world and even the States and things like that. So, very quick to have a short conversation, a friendly exchange. So that's been good. That's been refreshing.
Yeah.
I mentioned I was actually able to connect with some guys during the World the Cup.
Yeah.
Were nice enough to try to explain the game to me as this went along. And, but it was it's a good experience overall. Like the nature of folks, and the conversations are good.
Yeah, like I remember, like Rich, because. Rich needed to get out and like see what's going on 4th Avenue, and it was like he's used to going out, back in the States on Sundays, just to hang out with other people enjoying sports, and he had decided to check out one of the bars / restaurants on 4th Avenue, and just by himself. And literally when he came back from that day, like he had met these guys that he said were just really cool, and kind of like, took him under his wing as far as like explaining rugby to you. Like for like the next few weekends, like you were hanging out with them.
Yeah, so like this was like at the beginning rounds. I forget exactly when, but so every subsequent weekend, even on to the championship game, I was hanging out with them, different places in the neighborhood because they're both local.
Yes, which was nice.
Yeah,
because you found that place that's over by the
trash
area.
Yep. So it's
you wouldn't have found it.
Interesting way to describe it,
right? Because it's like in the cut, like you would not have found it.
So it was good to like learn a little bit and kind of experience the excitement of that tournament with local folks. As it went along. And it was unique because in the States there's not one thing that everyone agrees on. It's like, we're in Philly, everyone likes the Eagles. There's going to be that one dude that's like a Giants fan or Cow. There's always different like team. Somebody somewhere who's like, man, like that sort of thing. But it was just like the entire everyone, like all walks of life. Yes. Yeah, no, even at Nina's school, they would have Springbok Day. Yep. But no, it was like we came at such a great time because the energy was crazy. Like we are very close to 4th Avenue. So we would hear, which is a street in the neighborhood that we live in, Parkhurst, and like I would, be like Rich would be out watching a game, and I would just have the doors open, and we could hear, and neighbors, like you could hear all of the excitement. So even though I wasn't there to participate in the watching of the games, like it was just like an energy in the air that was amazing. And then like Rich sent me this video, like when they won, all of 4th Avenue, like it was amazing. And then you were saying like you were talking to a guy at a bar, and he was like, "This is a random." Yeah. And he was saying it was nice to see like all different types of South Africans coming together and celebrating this, this amazing event. Like it was just so nice to witness and be a part of. Yeah, no, that was definitely great.
Yeah, and you were saying like the guys that you met, like they knew about. I think anybody that finds out you're American, I think if not the first thing, the second thing is like the politics. So like you said, it's always interesting that people here know what's happening outside of South Africa, which is though in the States, which that's definitely not the case. That is definitely not the case. No. Like I feel like right now South Africa is on the map globally, for a couple of great reasons. I'll just leave it at that.
They are. It's like, but folks here know they're part of a larger world.
Yes.
Whereas, sometimes people in the States, that's not the mentality.
Right. No. it's not. It's outside of my neighborhood or city or state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not of any importance. But yeah, so sorry.
Yeah.
I just wondered. That was the people here. Yeah, like I've become pretty good friends with, you know, people that I see often, and like genuine friendships. Like it's like I say, it's hard, and it's not to, you know, it's easy to make friends here. It's hard because I don't, you know, I work from home. So it's hard meeting people, but then when you meet people, like they're like genuine connections and friendships, that they kind of just like take you in, which makes this experience so much more, meaningful, because, you know, you're kind of figuring it out, you know, as just the three of us trying to see where we fit in, and, you know, trying to make this feel like home. So when you meet people that kind of take you in and show you a view of this country that you know, wouldn't have access to unless you're talking to people that are from here, it's so nice. And it never gets old, because everybody's experience is so different, and how people view this country is so different. So it's always a nice experience, learning experience, when you do talk to people here.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like one of the other things, and we've mentioned it before, it's just the family-friendly nature of everything here.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
Like, you know, going out, going to restaurants, like people are even engaging, you know, with Nina. She's little, like they'll acknowledge her presence. And,
yes.
But like restaurants and activities and things, there's so much to do and see, you know, for the kids to enjoy and for the parents to relax while that's happening.
Yes.
Like places will have, you know, child minders and you know, things like that.
So that's what they call minders?
Reminders, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember this, but yes, they have a title.
Sorry, yes, they do.
That.
Yes.
But it's refreshing that you can kind of sit down and relax and like know your, you know, kid is in good hands.
Yeah.
I know they have a huge advantage here with that, and space because of the weather. Like, it's not really the Northeast where it's, you know, snow and rain and all that stuff.
That's right.
But there's a couple places, at least one in particular back home, that had a play area inside. But then it's like, oh, you know, I got to watch my kid.
Oh, which place?
There's a brewery.
Oh, the brewery where the birthday party was, where they had the
ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, but it gets back to the overall nature and disposition of folks. Like there's been stores we didn't have any negative experiences there,
right?
But folks that we know are like, look, this kid was being a you know what, and then their parent was being the same, and you know, it's like I don't miss that.
Yeah.
Sort of,
no, that is I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that like Rich and I were just saying last night. It's like, thinking about when we go back home to visit. Just knowing how just small the places are, because particularly in Philadelphia, like there aren't huge, right? It's old city, so everything's very, you know, the homes are over 100 years old. So so space is limited. So everything is kind of like everybody's crammed in. So it's just like I'm definitely not looking forward to just being in very tight spaces. And not only are you in tight spaces, there aren't areas for kids. Like it's such it's so uncommon, right? And I know we talk about this all the time, but that's just how uncommon it is in America, at least in Philly, right? Because I know, like in bigger states, right? I was just going to say the same thing. Texas and California, where everything's spread out, you know, so you have the space to have these outdoor activities. But for us, being on the East Coast, like it's, you know, I think that's kind of becoming a thing because of COVID, and people created outdoor spaces to facilitate, you know, people not being able to be indoors. So I think it's changing, but it's definitely by no means like a common thing. So yes, so that's, I know we talk about that a lot, but it's a part of, you know, one of the things we love about being here. Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing in which I want us to get out to do more of is just the environment itself, the natural environment that is here, not only in the country, you know, because you expand it to the entire country, you're getting, you know, beaches and things, you know. But even to this area, you know, you can drive a couple hours and be in a totally different environment. You know, there's the parks, the reserves, you know, there's even an hour away, there's mountains and things. Like there's so much, even locally. 20 minutes. The parks. You know, the reserves, the, you know, hikes.
You don't have to go that far. 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, like all around, and there's so much to do and see, and you know, take in I definitely want to do more of that.
Yeah, no, the terrain is
having
gorgeous.
That here is just
yeah,
incredible.
like just knowing it's like, oh, we can do that. There is a lot of pressure, but it's like, no, we live here, we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think, those are all.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
country's beautiful, people beautiful, life is beautiful. So those are, thanks for sharing your list, Rich.
No worries.
I hope I didn't butt in too much. I said I wouldn't. But yeah, I'm in agreement on all those things. Anything else?
No, that'd be it.
All right, so you guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope you got something out of this. Please feel free to leave a comment, even a like, or subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.